Hello everyone. So in this video I'm going to go over 6 stocks that I believe are very good to trade now or at least to watch. But I believe they're very good to trade too. You should consider that. And before I start, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe or follow if you find value in this channel. Yeah, I post videos almost every day about the stocks that I believe are good to trade or to watch at least at the moment, and I also tell why. You can, if you would like to get free stocks too, you can do that by signing up to Webull, and there is a link in the description below. You can do that. You'll get free stocks, and Webull is a great app. This is the app. It's very simple and easy, and it's great. And I don't want to talk too much and waste your time, guys. So let's start about going over these stocks. So the first one is IMH. The reason why I think it's a good stock, or here is the resistance. Um, so I drew two lines because I believe that the resistance is in between this area, or was in between this area. Now it should be a support. But you can see based on this point and this point and this point and this kind of point, there is a point here, point here, point here. That's why I drew this or these two lines, because I believe that the resistance, or there was a resistance in between them, and this resistance was broken on the 28th of January. So I think that this area now should be a support, and you can see that the stock is still respecting this area and treating it as a support. It retracted back, and it seems like it's going up now. Um, I like I did not just have this stock on my list just because of the support and resistance, but because of the volume as well. You can see that there is a huge spike in volume today, so that's a good sign, a very good sign that this stock can go up in the next couple of days. You can see that the volume today is 3.25 million. The average volume is 200,000, so the volume today is like 15 times the average volume. That's insanely a lot, and you can see here on the chart how there is a spike in volume compared to the rest of the days. Also, what makes me believe that this stock may go up really high in a very short period of time is the float. It has 12 million shares as float, so that's a very low float. So I wouldn't be surprised if this stock goes up 300-400% tomorrow or in a couple of days, even 1,000% over a couple of days. You can see the stock now is trading at 3.46, or actually, like, that was at the close. It was at 3.46, but now it's at 3.33, and you can see that still the price is above these two lines that I believe are now the support. So that's a very good sign that this stock may go up. It's still maintaining its momentum and the price above the support. Can view the news. I'm not gonna go over it for the sake of the time of the video. I want this video to be short, but you can check this news on Google or Webull. Here is what based on one analyst, it's a hold, but I don't believe them, or I don't know, like, I don't know when they give their opinion, and I also don't know if they're biased or not, so I wouldn't put too much trust on them. I like the chart mainly, the float, the volume. That's what I look at mainly, and it pretty much work for me at least. And there is options available if you like to trade options for this stock. And here is the some information about the stock. It's in California. You can read that. You can pause the video and read that if you'd like. But this is the stock, IMH, Impact Mortgage. Let's go to the next stock on the list, which is FBIO, FBIO. So I drew this resistance line based on these 2 points. As you can see, the price never closed above these 2 points, and it has never passed this line apparently in some time. Like the last time it was in 2018. So I feel like it broke this resistance, and it should now be a support. The price now is 4.89, or actually 4.86 in the aftermarket hours. It dropped a little bit, but that's still a high price. It's actually, if we look at the hour, you can see that it's here now, and the volume is so, no, actually there is some volume, but the price is here now, so I feel like it's still treating this as a support. You can see on the hour chart. And the reason why I included this stock today in the video is because of the huge spike in volume as well. It's a huge spike in volume compared to the average volume. The average volume is about 1 million, but the volume for today was 9 million. That's 9 times the average volume. It's a huge spike in volume. The float is kind of what makes me not really like this stock, because it's not a super low float. It's 66 million. That's quite a bit of high float. So I don't know about that. It doesn't make me like it that much. And the reason is that I feel like the stock may not go up like 300 or 400% in one day, like the other stocks that have 10 million float or 20, 30. Like usually, like the lower the float, the more the stock can go up in a short period of time. It may still go up like 1,000%, but maybe it will take like a couple of weeks. And it may also go up tomorrow like 300 or 400%. I wouldn't be surprised. It's just, I think, like based on the float, there is less chance of this happening versus other stocks that have lower float, but it can still happen. Here's the news about this stock on Webull. You can look it up on Google if you'd like. Based on one analyst, it's a buy, or actually 6 analysts, it's a buy. Press releases, nothing today. Today is the 2nd of March. No options to trade on Webull, and here's a summary or some information about the company. Here's their website. You can view all of that on Webull. As I said, it's a great app. You can sign up using the link in the description below, and you'll get free stocks. I think there are 2 free stocks, or maybe even 4, and they can be like Facebook or Apple or even Google. And all what you need is to sign up, and I believe deposit $100 for a couple and leave it for like a month, and that's how you'll get the free stocks. It's like if you can sign up on your own, but I don't know if they have this deal or not. But it will be a great help for our channel if you like our content to sign up using the link in the description below. That's how we can get free stocks as well, just like you. So it's a great help for us, especially if you like the content. Let's go to HTB. The next stock is HTBX. So these common stocks are, I put them in the video not because they broke the resistance, but because there is a lot of movement in the aftermarket hours on them. So you can see that there is a huge spike in the aftermarket hours, about 113,000 or 114,000 shares traded in the first hour after the market closed, and about another 88 now on this hour, so that's about 200k. It's quite a bit of volume. It's not a lot compared to the average volume, but quite a bit, and that's just in the aftermarket hours. Like that means that when the market opens, it can spike high, or the volume can increase a lot. So I wanted to include that stock on my list or in the video. Right now it's at 21% above the close of the market. Um, the float is 21 million. That's quite a low float, so it can go up high. Um, the average volume is 2.73. The volume for today is 933, and I think it includes the volume in the aftermarket hours. Um, but that's what's going on now. And here's the news on Webull, and last thing was on the 16th. It's probably because of the spike here. This day it spiked. So there were a lot of news on this day and like right after, but I think for today, like it quite went up a bit in the aftermarket hours. So news may come up later and cover it, which will drive the price to even go higher when people become aware of the movement of this stock. Here's some information based on 4 analysts. It's a buy, but of course I don't think they give their opinion like today. So I wouldn't trust it too much. Here's the options. You can trade options on Webull. Here's some information about the company. And this is a symbol. It's HTBX. It's on NASDAQ, Heat Biologics. And it's now trading at 9.71, 24% about the aftermarket hours. And let's go to the next stock, which is RELI. That's the next stock. It's up it was up today 16%, and it's also up 9% in the aftermarket hours. Also you can see, well actually yeah, okay, so it was up 16% today. Probably because of this candle. You can see, so, and this candle was at 3 or 4. It started at 3. This high movement started at 3, so it's pretty recent, so I can consider that also as like the aftermarket hours. And the reason why I'm talking about these stocks now is that they're going up now, and probably not too many stock traders are aware of these stocks going up now, because probably some people will just stop trading like after 4 or like at 3. So they're not aware yet of these stocks, and that's why tomorrow in the market hours or the pre-market, these stocks can start to go really high when the stock traders start their day again. So it might be a good buy now. The average volume for this stock is 143. The volume for today is 2 million, and that's probably including these. Yeah, it has to be including these. That's it's about 300 here, 400 or 500. That's about 800. It's about 900. So yeah, it's probably like now it's 900,000 shares traded in kind of the aftermarket hours, and that's compared to about 150,000 as an average volume. That's huge spike. The float is very low, 2.48. It's very low, so that tells me that this stock can go up really high in a very short period of time. It hasn't reached its potential yet. It may go up like 300-400% in one day, or 1,000% in a couple of days. And you can see it's actually at a low point now. It's not like it's here or here. It's at a very low point, and it happened before when this stock reached 800% in over 3 days. So I'm telling you, because of the float, it can really go high in a very short period of time. That's a possibility, and it seems like it may happen now. That's that stock. We can view. This is the news. You can view it on Google. I feel like the video is becoming long now, so I don't want to view these in a very good depth. I want to move on. There is about 2 more stocks to view. Here's some information about the company. And as I said, it might be a really good buy now because of the float. It tells me that this stock can go up really high, and tomorrow or over the next couple of days. Let's go to the next stock, which is VINO. VINO. Here is that stock. So in the aftermarket hours, in the first hour, about 72,000 shares were traded. I don't know if you guys see that or not, but it's like here. It says the volume here. So it's about 72,000, and for this hour now it's about 5,000. So anyway, that's 72, about 75 or so. That's about 75,000 shares traded in the aftermarket hours, compared to 32,000 shares as an average volume. So that's like 2 times the average volume, and that's just in the first 2 hours of the aftermarket hours. So that tells me that this stock, yes, can go really high in a very short period of time. You can see it has not, I believe it has not reached its potential yet, just 51% above. That's not a lot at all. It can go up 300-400% in one day, and you can see the float is 3.41. That's a very low float too, and the stock is not at a high point, so it really has a potential to go up high. It really does. Might be a very good stock to buy too, um, especially at this price now. But you can also wait and watch and see what happens. But I feel like it may go up, honestly. You can also look up the news if you would like. Actually, this is the news in Webull. Nothing for today. Financials, press release. Was a press release yesterday. You can view this information on Webull too, which is a great app, as I said. You can sign up and get using the link in the description below and get free stocks. And here's some information about the company. And I believe no options to trade. Before I go to the last stock, I would ask you guys to subscribe if you find value in the channel. I post videos almost every day about the stocks that are good to trade or at least to watch, and I go over them. I go over why I think they're good, and you can also comment in the video and let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want me to go over. You can also like if you like the video. And let's go to the last stock, which is IRIX. IRIX, that's the symbol. It's on Nasdaq. It's called IRIX. It's trading now at $8. You can see that in the aftermarket hours it went up 16%. And let me see the volume. 42 and 46, about 100k. So 100k in the first 2 hours in the aftermarket hours. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. It's about half the average volume per day, per whole day. So it means that the volume can increase, and you can see that the price is going up. The average volume is about 500,000 shares. The float is 11 million. Low float, which means that it can go up in a very short period of time. It's quite up now versus the previous stocks. So maybe I'll be a little bit cautious, but it's also kind of a good sign, maybe, because it's reaching a high point that it has never reached before. Well, it has never reached it before in a couple of years. So it's a stock to watch, at least. Here's what's going on now. And let's look at the news. Okay, so it seems like they're starting to talk about it, apparently. Well, they probably. Oh, actually, yeah, there are news on the previous days too, and that's because of the stock going up anyway. So it's being covered. It seems like some stuff are coming up now. Some information about the stock based on 2 analysts. It's a strong buy, not just a buy. some information. Insider activity, nothing recent. No options to trade, and here's some information about the company. It's in California and started in 1996. So I would ask you guys to subscribe if you find value in the channel, or sign up using to Webull and get free stocks using the link in the description below. It will be beneficial for me and you. And that's it for today. I hope that this was a good video and you found a lot of value in it, and wish you the best of luck.